Me, still processing 2023. 2024 being 75% complete. Oh shit. I mean, I'm impressed actually that you're processing 2023 because I have no concept of time. Like 2023 feels like 2022. Like I say things like it happened last year or like at some point last year, but I mean 22? I've been at my current job for over 2 years. That does not seem correct. So in my head, 2023 didn't even really happen, but it did. So what even is time and how are you processing it? Because I'm not doing so well with it, I guess. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some nice little me IRL, which may or may not end up being super depressing or super fun. There's only one way to find out though. So either way, you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll continue. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. Wow, I love this art thing you made. Thank you. I must now immediately point out all the things I did wrong on it. Why are people like this? You compliment someone on their drawing, they're like, oh thanks, yeah no, it kinda looks like shit though, like, I wish I was better. Mate, I am telling you, if you've ever said this, I can understand where you're coming from. I can, because obviously it's kind of like criticizing your own appearance, like you spent more time around it than anyone else, like you know exactly where you want to improve and where not. But just take the compliment, be like, oh thanks. Like, I'm glad you like it. Something. Like, if it's someone else who does art, being like, hey, thank you, I appreciate you liking it. Like, here's, like, something I struggle with. Like, this is something I wish I would have, like, managed to do better. Fine, but immediately just... Y'all. These people... They can't just appreciate that someone thinks they did a good job. They have to immediately put themselves down, and I really wish they wouldn't. Me, on my way to pretend to be a nice, friendly, and sociable person at work. This is me. Only I'm not that nice and sociable at work. Like, I kind of am. But not that much, but this is still me on my way to work. Actually, just either this... I do tend to like sing in the car to kind of distract myself and have a few nice minutes before getting to work, but still, mood-wise, this is very accurate actually. Just did 700 days on Duolingo and decided to buy cake and candles to celebrate. And taking celebratory selfies, of course. I love people who romanticize the shit out of every little win in their lives. I want to be those people. I cannot understand those people, but same. Because I feel like it's really important to celebrate your wins. Like, it literally doesn't matter how small. Like, a win is a win. Okay? And I don't understand it because it's not me. Like, I don't put myself down. Like, the artists I mentioned of like, oh, but I could have done so many things better. You know, I try my hardest not to do that. And I tend not to, but I also don't do this. Which seems way preferable, actually, to be like, well, I did this thing. I'm proud of myself for doing this thing. Easier said than done, obviously, but I appreciate this. As a reminder, I guess. Because listen, I don't care how small a win it is. I don't care if you just managed 50 days on Duolingo, or 50 days learning a language some other way, or, you know, keeping up with exercise for 3 weeks when you usually don't manage to do it that regularly. Be proud of yourself. And take the time to celebrate the wins, because it's just gonna make you more motivated. And I'm also talking to myself right now, but still, that doesn't mean I don't mean you too, okay? Let's celebrate our wins together, I guess. Stop premature Christmas decorations. Oh my god. As someone who doesn't really care about Christmas to begin with, Like, it's just kind of there. Like, I don't hate Christmas, but it's just kind of there. You know, and as someone who like loves Halloween decorations and think they just look so much cooler, and I think it's just more fun. Just this, like, why? I know it happens every year, and I'm like not that upset at like stores already selling like Christmas candy and stuff starting September. Like, I don't really care about that, because if you don't want to buy it, then just walk past it, you know, it's not that difficult. But like, starting to play Christmas songs, like the traditional Christmas songs, at the end of August, and like starting to put up decorations is really strange to me, you know? Like, I will have a couple of Christmas songs that I just love from like my favorite group in my playlist all year round, but if I have to listen to like Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You at the end of August or in September, I'm gonna lose my mind. Millennials poking the housing market. Come on, collapse. Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to collapse. Like, can you do it? Like, honestly, I'm not even a millennial, but that's just fair. I feel like millennials have already, like, a lot of them have like given up hope to own a house. I'm Gen Z, so you know, the idea of not having to pay rent and like just having your own house and just being able to do things more permanently because you don't have to worry about it being someone else's property and just kind of living on someone else's terms seems great. It seems amazing to have your own house, but like, I don't have a sugar daddy who's gonna buy me a house, so I don't see how it's gonna happen, you know? Me as a kid, when I'm an adult, I wanna explore the world. Life since I was grown up. Okay, I literally just saw like a reel on Instagram being like, you're an adult, you have free will. Like, of course money plays a big role in it, but that doesn't mean you give up. That doesn't mean you don't try to find excitement and joy. Because if you give up on it and just do this without kind of trying to break out of that, like those habits, then this is just gonna keep going. If you try to like break out of it in like affordable ways and just kind of trying to train your brain to see like the better parts of things or like the positive aspects, you know, like, will you get to travel the entire world? Maybe, maybe not, because yeah, well, shit's expensive, you know, but that doesn't mean you can't, I don't know, if you have the weekend off, kind of drive a few kilometers away or miles away to like a town you've never been to and go walk through the park there or something. It's not a big thing, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. And just like giving up and just focusing on how every day is the same is literally not gonna make you feel better. Me in my room deciding if I should greet the house guests or starve to death. How close am I to starving to death? Because if I'm not, I'm probably just gonna stay there. You know? I'd rather go to the bathroom and drink from the tap than having to go downstairs to get a new water bottle. Like, I don't live with my parents anymore, gladly, but this was me. Definitely, although our parents sometimes forced us to have dinner with these random people who knew so much about you because your parents told them shit about you, and it was just awkward. And they're like, "Oh, are you still doing that thing?" It's like, how do you even know? I don't even know your name. Like, I can't even remember your name. Like, how do you know so much about me? Yeah, I feel you. Me, during the interview, my biggest strength is connecting with people. Me at the job, sitting somewhere alone. I would never say this. Like, I don't come for lying in job interviews because we all need a job, we all need money, and these companies also lie very, very much about what a great working environment it is and how they have such great culture. You know, like, if they do it, you get to do it too. Okay? I'm not coming for that, but lying in such a big way, like they're probably not gonna fire you for being like, but you're not a socialist, you said you are. Obviously not. But still kind of lying in a way that seems so much unlike you, then later actually working there seems a bit risky. You know, because yeah, it seems a bit risky. So I would personally probably not lie in such a big way. I'm not really coming for you if you did, but I'm just saying it might be easier if you try to do it in like subtler ways that make yourself seem good, but are still kind of sort of what you're actually like, you know? When I'm already in an irritable mood and someone decides to have zero common sense around me. Patience as thin as the space between his fingers, dude. I cannot. Like, especially in the mornings. And someone just decides to not use their brain. Like, listen, we all have moments where we don't use our brains and probably should have taken a second longer to think before actually doing or saying something. But listen, some of these people out here really be doing that a lot. And some of these people be really too awake in the morning. And listen, I'm awake in the morning. I'm not that sleepy. But that doesn't mean you get to be that cheerful around me. Oh my god. Me, watching my food heat up in the microwave. Okay, is it a German thing? Of parents telling you not to do it because it might damage your eyes? You know? Is that a German thing? Because I've had a lot of German people say that their parents told them that too and that they shouldn't be doing this. But is that a German thing? I feel like it might be. Germans are a bit strange that way, maybe. But that doesn't mean I don't do this. But it kind of depends on what it is. Like, if I'm just like reheating lunch, I'm probably just gonna like leave the lid on, like kind of open, but you know, so it doesn't explode. But if I'm like heating up like porridge or milk or something that I'm worried is gonna boil over, I'm so doing this. I'm so doing this. Like, I don't care how many parents tell me that it could damage my eyes, I'm so doing this. Oh, this seems cozy. A chair for me and a chair to put my legs on, because solitude is great. Listen, there's kind of a difference between solitude and being lonely, right? I would legitimately... What is this gray block? That doesn't seem that cozy, actually. But listen, I would kind of just appreciate being, like, alone here. And just sitting there. Because I find, like, the sound of water and, like, being near water really relaxing, actually. But, you know... I feel like being here with people could be great. Sitting here chatting with someone also seems like really cool, but I think if I could choose, I would probably just be chilling here alone. My 30th birthday, me hoping for a stable job and a wife. Best I can do is boldness. So there's that. I would say celebrate the little wins, but I guess a lot of people don't see this as a win. I would absolutely not see this as a win. You know, I don't know if subconsciously me having long hair is because I'm worried I'm gonna be bald at some point and just kind of want to enjoy the hair now, but maybe subconsciously, like consciously it was just like, I like long hair. It's kind of pretty. I like kind of passing like off androgynous vibes or like giving off androgynous vibes, so long hair is really great that way. Subconsciously, it might very much still be that I'm worried about losing my hair. I really hope I don't. You know, but I think we're all a bit worried about this. Hating people for their religion, race, or ethnicity? No, come on. Hating people for their tastes, likes, hobbies, and personality? It's not so much that I hate people. It's just that I don't like them because I don't vibe with them because they're so different from me. It's like, Do I want to be friends or like talk a lot to someone who has like such different interests than me? Or like a completely personality that just drives me crazy? No. Do I hate them and want them to change everything they are? No. Because that seems irrational. Like, be yourself. Just do it far away from me, please, because I don't vibe with this. And yes, I am very aware people can say that about me too, and I really don't care. Like, listen, if you don't like my personality, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you don't agree with my likes, if you think my taste in music is weird, good for you. I disagree, obviously, but good for you. You know, you don't have to agree with everyone and like everyone. But kind of depends on how much you're hating their likes or hobbies actually goes. Like, if you go around bullying or shaming people, I mean, like, no, but liking that thing is so stupid. Then I have a problem with it. If you're just like, oh my god, I hate that so much, I don't understand how you could like it, but, you know, you do, so that's good for you, you know? And that's kind of a difference there. Me wakes up at 3 a.m. for no reason. My furniture. Why though? I had this phase as a child where each evening I would just like put away things that could look suspicious in the dark, you know, like not letting pants hang down somewhere because it's gonna look like legs in the dark. I did that as a child for a while. I don't actually know how old I was. Probably like 11 or something. But, you know, I stopped doing it. And I'm really glad furniture in my bedroom doesn't do this, actually, because that would be creepy. Like, yes, logically we know it's just furniture, there's nothing there, but that's not what your brain is gonna go to in that moment, you know? Me. It's okay if I sleep a little late tonight. Me the next morning. Well, listen, bedtime procrastination, or like bedtime revenge procrastination, is a thing for a reason. I feel like if you kind of get a little bit of a balance in, because I can honestly understand being like, no, I cannot just come home, go to sleep, and then go back to work the next day. I cannot do that. I need to do something fun. For me, as long as it doesn't escalate too much and then suddenly it's 4 a.m. and you need to get up in 2 hours. You know, if you manage to find that balance somehow of doing something for yourself that you enjoy doing, that is relaxing to you or fulfilling to you, then good. If you do this too much and end up actually looking like SpongeBob, I might be worried, and I think you have to still find that balance, because you do not look like you did. When I'm 25, I'm gonna buy my own house, buy my own car, and live my own life. Me at 25 washing my shampoo up because I don't wanna buy a new one yet. Well, the economy is wrecked. You know, I feel like it seems so strange that people, like, even if you had like one person, like the husband, just making money, and even if that person made minimum wage, his wife could still stay at home and take care of the kids, and they could buy a house. And now if you make minimum wage, you're just essentially screwed. You know, I feel like it's not really your fault that you had different expectations as a kid, because that's kind of what you were sold, what people were actually kind of able to do back in the days, and like easily able to do. So I feel like it's not really your fault that you had different expectations as a kid, you know? So I'm sorry, but I feel like it's time to adjust your expectations a bit, I guess, or I feel like you probably already did. How it feels to ask, what happened, when your friends are asking? Can you like give me a hand out? Like, what are you? I mean, being kind of jealous of your friends constantly and like being afraid of missing out constantly does not seem healthy, but it does still seem understandable to be like, well, listen, you're my friends and you're laughing without me, but I want to know what's funny too. It seems fair, and I feel like we all kind of feel this to an extent. Am I just overthinking? I'm probably overthinking it. See, that's the kind of person I am. I overthink everything and question everything. So, Do I think it's healthy? No, but I feel like to a certain extent it's probably still normal. My mom, go get some lettuce. Me at the store. Which one of these? You know, the good thing is, unless someone was an absolute menace and like switched them around, you can just read the signs. Because I feel like your parents are not gonna send you to the store if you don't even know how to read. You know, but I'll be honest with you, I did buy the wrong thing once because I did not read. So there's that. I really can't come for you, but when in doubt, read the signs, but I didn't. Be smarter than I was at that moment. How I listened to bro's problem that were 100% his fault and 1000% avoidable. Very serious, very kind. But nevertheless, if you don't call him out afterwards, like sure, listening to him because yeah, emotionally it might still be kind of a difficult thing for him to deal with. Fair, absolutely fair, but then maybe call him out on it. Be like, bro, I'm here for you, but that was entirely preventable and really stupid, so, you know, maybe learn from your mistakes so this doesn't happen again, you know, like, you could have avoided this, and maybe please somehow avoid this next time, you know. Is probably, like, a good approach, actually. Whenever my girlfriend has to go do something while we're on a call, she puts a stuffed animal on camera so I don't get lonely. Okay, I know this post is kind of old, and a lot of you maybe have already seen it, but it's still so cute. You know, just be thoughtful like that. To be like, well, listen, I'll just be gone for 5 minutes, but you can just stay here. This baby will keep you company. It's thoughtful, okay? It's really sweet. It's just like, hey, listen. Because it seems so strange when you're on a call with someone and suddenly, like, the frame is empty. It does seem strange. It's literally just a stuffed animal. It's not actually keeping you company, but it really actually is. You know? And also, if you don't talk to said stuffed animal, I think your girlfriend is going to be pissed. With good reason. Anyways, that was all the memes I have for today, and actually less depressing as I was expecting for the subreddit. Well, I guess that's why the subreddit of To Me IRL for Me IRL was created, for the actually really, really bad mental health memes, you know. So if you're into that, feel free to check out the subreddit, because it's also been a while since I've been there. You know, but anyways, that was all the Me IRL memes for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you feel at least a little bit called out, and I'll be back in a few days with my next video.